I didn't expect to be starting the show talking about emotional intelligence, Brad, but right as we were going live, I'm looking at some of the responses to my I was told nobody cared about Indiana tweet about Indiana Penn State averaging the most viewers for a Saturday noon game this football season, with people responding saying they were hate watching. And news for those people who definitely aren't watching us, Brad, is hate is an emotion. And that like,
hate watching is watching.
But it's caring. That's my point.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you're like, I was watching and didn't really care either way. Then you're like, okay, like that kind of like mitigates my point. But my point was that you care about Indiana, and if you're telling me you hate Indiana, that is caring about them.
Yeah.
It's in a negative way. You know what I'm saying?
Online,
like it's
bro.
a
It's all brain rot.
Yeah, it's great. It is. I mean, listen, I like I said, I have my comments off. So like anything that I reply to is by choice. I don't, unless I follow you, like we're mutual follows. Like I don't.
My tweets were blowing up, and I had to turn off my notifications, and I just like stopped tweeting. I kind of just forgot about Twitter existing.
Well, yeah, because you turned off your likes, or no, you turned off you turned off your likes and kept your replies on. So you gotta do it the other way around. Because it's all about the like the dopamine rush you get from seeing the like counter like climb. It's crack. Yeah. It's gotta be hooked.
Yeah, but I've seen some likes on a tweet I made back in April when I said they showed like Dan Orlovsky ranked a bunch of, Arch Manning, Drew Aller, Nussmeier, Nico Iamaleava, Carson Beck, Dante Moore, Malachi Nelson made that list. That's crazy. He's at UTEP. Cade Klubnik. He's like 2026 should be a loaded class.
I mean, Boise.
No Tyson, no Fernando Mendoza. And I retweeted this in April 24th. Yeah, when Fernando Mendoza wins the Heisman, he should just come back one more year. It's too loaded. Let's maximize earnings here. And then someone replied to that, when who wins the what? And I doubled down when Fernando Mendoza wins the Heisman, is what I said. And we got some engagement on that. Not too much, but just some people are noticing how early
he is the favorite.
Crazy.
Fernando is the favorite. Master of the Eye Test had it first. Hey, listen, if you watch this show, listen to this show, you already like none of this is surprising to you. That's the beautiful thing about it, Brad. Do you want to talk smoke first, or do you want to get into the college football playoff rankings that were released? I was out of the loop completely. I thought that the show was going live at 8:00 like we were, and we were gonna like live react like last week, but I guess it happened at 7:00 or 6:30 or whenever it happened. But the rankings are out. So do you want to talk about that, or you want to go through the smoke first, or how do you want to?
I am looking at it for the first time. No real surprises. Looks like Georgia Tech is in the field. They did rank their first group of 5 team in South Florida, so it looks like they're in the driver's seat if they can control their own destiny and win out here. So that's huge for them. They'd be in the field. And then the ACC, if Georgia Tech wins out, looks like they will be in the field. Oh,
no,
take
they're
that
not
back.
In the field.
Miami is ranked above Georgia Tech. They are in the field because they are the 4th highest ranked conference leader right now.
I got to be honest, dude. I hate how they
Miami were to win out, they would be in the field.
I hate how they do it.
It makes perfect sense.
Where the seeds don't equate to the rankings. Why are they different?
That's only for the auto bid. It's the same as so the ACC gets an auto bid because they won the ACC. But it's just the 5. They didn't specify specific conferences. The 5 highest ranking conference champions. So projecting that based on the rankings, the auto bids would be Ohio State, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Miami, and South Florida. They make the field. And then
so
the seedings are just by the rankings. They changed that up. So like Miami would be getting
Texas is in.
Yeah, Miami would be getting a first-round bye with last year's format, but this year they would not.
Yeah, which is bananas.
Which is great. No, I think that's a great move. It makes perfect sense why they would do
All right,
that.
I want to just take a quick look at the rankings first, and then I want to go to the bracket.
Miami has to go to Texas Tech and prove themselves if the season ended today.
It feels like the teams maybe 19 through 25 are probably toast. That would be going from 19 down: Virginia, Louisville, Iowa, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, South Florida's in, so exclude them, but in Cincinnati. So those teams minus South Florida, it feels like probably don't have a shot.
Tennessee is out. But yeah, I would say 18 on is above, but like Virginia, Louisville, and Pitt are in it in the sense where they can win the ACC. It's not over for them. 2 weeks left. There's 3 weeks left of ball to be played. So they
the auto bid is tricky.
Have a path.
Did you see the Joey Galloway comment today? He's been lighting it up the last couple of weeks, flying the flag for the good old SEC.
Where he said the Big Ten's closer to the ACC than the SEC. Shout out Kirk for standing up. Shocker. It feels like when he's on that podcast, he's able to talk more like himself than opposed to when he's actually on air. And that's just going on. I haven't heard him too much this year.
I was as critical as anyone could be of Kirk Herbstreit. I have to admit, like, I feel like he's actually been defending Indiana more so than like. It's funny to watch the people who have like flipped on them completely. Like he's one of them. Pate's one of them. Like Ryan Russillo is one of them who I've seen now defend Indiana football. It's like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, you can't argue with what they put on paper. Matt's saying since he can win the Big 12 too. So I guess with this auto bid stuff, it's you could tell I'm just thrown for a loop by this auto bid stuff.
Yeah. Now, do I think since he has a good shot of winning the Big 12 with BYU, Utah, and Texas Tech kind of rolling, looking really good? Not really, but I have to look at the standings, just kind of see where they're at. Shout out to Sorsby. Good for him.
I saw somebody call USC at Oregon a potential college football playoff eliminator, and I kind of laughed at it because of my personal opinions on this USC team. But based on just numbers, like that actually might end up being true.
I don't know if it's eliminator because I think there's a world where they can both make it if teams implode in front of them, especially if USC wins that game. Then they're both kind of on the bubble at that point. Like, they're not going to drop Oregon past 15. I mean, they could, but they got that win over Iowa, which is huge, and they're ranked. So, like, they can't drop them past Iowa. They would have to jump USC.
Can I share a picture? I wish I knew how to work StreamYard a little bit better so where I could just, like, show, like, present a picture of the bracket so people can, like, follow along with us. But that's next steps.
Yeah. I feel like we're a long way from graphics. My goodness.
No, not graphics. Like you can like share your screen. Like I can like share the. We're not.
I don't know. How are you seeing a
That's
bracket
next level.
right now?
That's next level production. We'll have to get in the lab for that
one.
Yeah. Anything stick out to you before we jump into the bracket?
No, not too many surprises. I'd say Miami being ranked above Georgia Tech was interesting. That's probably the biggest thing. It's so funny seeing Texas in too, but Arch has been rolling. If you're paying attention to Texas, like Arch has been kind of dealing since that Mississippi State game, and they look good. And they beat Oklahoma, so they have that tiebreaker to stay above them, which was huge. Turns out, but. Yeah, it took them a while to get going, but they are rolling.
It does feel like we've moved past a world where the Big Ten gets 4 playoff teams in. But I mean, you just said you think there's a world where USC and Oregon both get in. Do you think there's a chance the Big Ten sneaks 4 in again, or because the way the rankings look right now, kind of looks like that's toast as well.
What would need to happen is because I was seeing scenarios where it's like Michigan, USC can get in, we can get 5. But I think for that situation to happen, you need some unexpected losses, specifically from the SEC. Kind of what happened last year with the SEC and why they didn't get those bids, because you had Alabama losing to Oklahoma. But this year it's not happening. They're only losing to the other top teams, it seems like, as opposed to last year where they were losing to those 500 teams like they shouldn't be. And yeah, shout out to the SEC. They're taking care of business, and like we'll stand on business and say it's the same philosophy we had last year. Like they're winning the games they're supposed to win. Yes, Texas has that bad loss against Florida, but beyond that, they've been perfect besides a week 1 glorified scrimmage to Ohio State. And based on everyone else's resume, that's good enough to be where they're at. Especially with that win over Oklahoma and that win over Vanderbilt, that really is paying dividends for them.
%. I feel like I have been giving Texas a lot of internet hate on with this platform specifically, but to be honest, have not watched a ton of them. So if you're saying they're playing a little bit better, Arch is playing a little bit better, that's an earned spot. I'll let up a little bit.
Yeah, they are playing as they should. Do I think they're gonna go in there and be like Texas last year and go all the way to the semifinal this year? No, but they are playing at a level deserving of. I mean, that whole section, right? You look at it, there's like one loss, Oregon. Then it's like 9 Notre Dame. That makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. Well, can we sidebar real quick?
Who have they beaten? I'm not sure.
Can we sidebar real quick? Because I hate being this guy and like their fan base. Like it's making my skin crawl, like the fact that I'm about to do this. But like that's like you're right. Like that's very deserving to be at 9. Like their 2 losses are like they're fine. Like the Miami loss is starting to look a little bit better, but it's like, listen, you don't want to lose football games. But like as far as 2-loss football teams go, like they're as good as anybody in the country. Like when you start getting past that top tier of like undefeateds and 1-loss football teams, like their name has to come up. So when those undefeateds and 1-losses become 2-loss teams, how do you stack them up against Notre Dame? It's like, yeah, unfortunately, like that Notre Dame team is good. Like, I don't know what to say. They're good.
Yeah, they are good, but you know, in terms of resume, like that whole 9 through like 25 is like so tight right now, where it's like if you lose and you're not in the top 8, like you're out.
Oh, 100%. That's something I agree with completely.
There's going to be 3 teams in that group that win out, and the teams ranked in the top 8 can probably afford not a bad loss, but you know, a loss. Right? I haven't looked at everyone's schedule, so I don't know how it all lines up. But yeah, it feels like it's kind of exactly what we wanted from this 12-team playoff. Everything matters still right now. Everything. Yeah, I'd say if you're ranked right now, like I think you have a shot. You do. That's just how it goes. It's funny how you tried to circle out 19, but it's just not true. Maybe Iowa's probably out. Tennessee's probably out, just because they're in the SEC and the Big Ten, but they're on there because they are quality wins and quality losses on certain resumes. So it's, you know, they're going to stay there. But yeah, I'd say there's 23 teams in the running right now.
I mean, yeah, that's, you know, that's more than fair. Definitely.
And that's what you wanted out of this playoff: competitive parity, competitive, just competition throughout the entire season. Every game does matter. So yeah, we could do a whole show on breaking down each team and figuring out a path forward. Would love to do that if that was my full-time job, you know, but
did you see the stat? I think Crimson Cast was the one I saw who retweeted or reposted it. Shout out to Crimson Cast who used my meme, Brad. They used my meme. It's pretty cool.
That's good. That's good.
But per ESPN, Brad, since 2014, the national champion or the eventual national champion was ranked in the top 3 in the second college football playoff poll.
Well, there's a lot of, you know, top. It's good for IU, obviously. But
So that would mean Indiana, Ohio State, and Texas A&M. I'll check that box.
Yeah, considering it was a 4-team playoff for most of that span.
I mean, it does make sense.
Checks out, not really relevant to this modern age. I think we need larger sample
size. No, but also like think about that Ohio State team that won it the first year was like it was like a huge like controversy that they got in
with the quarterback injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they were still undefeated. I'm pretty sure. Is the funny thing about that.
No, they had the loss early or something.
Yeah,
that was the year they lost to Virginia Tech or something.
Yeah, it was controversial until they beat Wisconsin.
And they beat the brakes off of everybody, and there was like,
until they beat Wisconsin by 70 in the Big Ten championship game.
I was at that game.
Yeah, it was pretty. That was like, that team is still. They have Ezekiel Elliott. They should be in the playoff. They also won the Big Ten.
Yeah, it was pretty apparent. I'm just saying.
Yeah. What else from the Big?
Were you surprised at how the bracket shook out? Like, so right now, the way it stands is Indiana would match up nicely with our new friend or old friend or just a friend, Lane Kiffin, who's popping up all over Indiana Twitter today in his own right. But that 7-10 matchup is Ole Miss and Texas. So that lines up with number 2, Indiana.
What's the funniest thing to me is the BYU drawing. Why are they behind Oklahoma and Texas? Texas has a bad loss to Florida. Oklahoma has 2 good losses, but 2 losses. BYU has a win over the 13th ranked Utah Utes and a loss to the top 6 ranked Texas Red Raiders. Where did that decision come from? What are Oklahoma's key wins, I guess? I mean, Texas
Michigan
beat
for Oklahoma.
Okay, so there is some logic there, right? Because Texas has a really good resume. Yeah, it's a tough call, but
you're going with the brand and you're going with the older quarterback is what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm also just strictly going off better record as opposed to actually looking at some of the quality wins.
And you mean like football played on the field? Like, what a wild concept of using Brad.
Yeah, Texas does have, I think it's justified, but I think there's worth explaining why that is because BYU was ranked in the field, lost to a team in the field, and is now out of the field. So that definitely has to be called out for sure. Not saying it's wrong or incorrect. I'm just saying it needs to be addressed.
No, I'm with you. It doesn't make much sense at all. And that's actually something I didn't notice. But you're right. To lose on the road to number 6 or whatever they were, 8 when you played, and to fall out of the playoff is a little bit questionable. Obviously a lot of time to remedy, but also like you have to imagine if everybody just keeps winning and looking the same, like this is how it looks. So a little bit tough to like penalize. Like, did BYU look that? I can't sit here and say like I watched that game or watched the film on it, right? So like, did BYU look that bad in a 21-7 road loss night game? I don't know. Tough to punish a team like that.
They kind of did. That's just how looks really good. They're kind of embarrassing. So like, I get it.
All right, well, then if you get it, then you get it. Then it's like,
do you remember?
Huh?
Who beat Texas Tech?
They lost on the road with the backup quarterback. And it was going west.
Well, Texas still has to play A&M and Georgia. Just for note.
So that's probably why they did it. They gave Texas a chance to earn it, and if they lose, they're out.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt for the mighty SEC.
Just funny because like you can rank them anywhere, and they get those 2 wins. Like you put them in the field. You know what I mean? Right. Like, so I don't know why they're getting ahead of it.
Oh, Arizona State at Arizona State.
Yeah. Former playoff team. Bad loss.
And I believe Leavitt was still playing.
Why are they ranked above Oregon?
Yep, Levitt played in that game. Because people are gonna ding Oregon for like it's hard to play at Kinnick. Like we found that out. Like personally, I sat here on this show and was super cocky about walking into Iowa, and it's like, yeah, it's a hard place to play. Like you saw Indiana's offense struggle at Iowa. Indiana has a better offense than Oregon. Like it's not that shocking that Oregon went in there and struggled. So for whatever reason, it feels like the pendulum has swung back towards the SEC in terms of who the committee is giving respect to. I mean, it is what it is. Ultimately, they're going to get to prove it on the field. And if Oregon beats USC, then they're going to get a chance to beat anybody in front of them. Like that wasn't a team that was going to play for a bye anyway. So there may be a home game.
So if Texas loses to Georgia, are they going to drop them below BYU or not? My question.
They should.
For them. And Oklahoma has Alabama. Should. If they lose to Alabama, are they dropping?
If any of those 2-loss teams lose, they're out. You shouldn't be able to get in as a 3-loss team unless you win your conference title.
It's true.
If there are enough competent 2-loss teams ahead of you, like it really is just logic at that point.
Yeah.
That like if you have like a 2-loss team that's incompetent with 2 bad losses versus like a 3-loss team that played a monstrous schedule. Like if this Wisconsin team that we're going to talk about in a little bit had 3 losses and was pushing for the college football playoff, like maybe a little bit of a different conversation. Like they played murderer's row that schedule, but no, it'll be really hard for any of these teams to survive a loss, which
it's funny because you only call it murderous row because those teams won those games. So the records aren't as good. Therefore, their strength of schedule isn't as high. It's a funny math game. That's why I always go off strength of record. I actually think that's a fantastic metric to evaluate, like kind of where teams should be in the playoff. I'm trying to find it right now, honestly. But last time I checked that, it should be A&M 1, Indiana 2, Ohio State 3, based on strength of record. Isn't that funny?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I had the bracket up and then ESPN changed their headline and now I don't have it anymore. So do you have any final thoughts on the bracket, Brad?
Yeah, BYU still has a top 8 strength of record. They should definitely be getting more notarization. Outside of that, Texas, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma is next up, all above Notre Dame. So, if we're all go with that metric, not too bad. Not too bad. And they did say they'd be incorporating that one into their evaluation this year. So it seems to be on the ball in terms of what they need to be evaluating.
My takeaway
it'll be interesting to see when BYU wins out and Texas loses. What are they going to do? I mean, if Texas splits A&M and Georgia, then it gets into a really tricky conversation. I feel like if Bama loses,
I think 3 losses eliminates them. I really do. I really think it's that easy. I do. Like you have to like. I'd really have to look at it and like we'd have to get into scenarios there and like the merits of 3 losses. But one of those losses for Texas is Florida. That is an inexcusable loss. Talented football team, yes. But when you cup like that's the differentiator. Like when you lose to USF. If you lose 3 football games and one of them is a bad loss, that should disqualify you. If you lose 2 football games and one of them is a bad loss, it's an outlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you lose 3 and they're all ranked in the CFP top 25, there's an argument to be made. But that's not the case for Texas.
But even then, like how can you make that argument? People were pissed off Indiana was in last year, and their argument was they couldn't beat anybody in the field. So if you have 3 losses to people in the field, how can you then make the argument that no, you can go win it?
Currently, Oklahoma's only win of people in the top 25, Tennessee and Michigan. Now, if they lose to Alabama and take their business against Missouri and LSU, that is also a new argument for Oklahoma because they don't have any bad losses. Maybe games they should have won, but no bad losses with some good wins.
Let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 two-loss college football playoff team, like ranked college football playoff teams.
A lot's going to happen. A lot is
three losses just isn't good. You're just not going to, like, your record or your resume, none of it's going to be good enough. And there would be an absolute meltdown.
Yeah, it's almost like we have to go through the entire top 25 slate at this point. How fun.
How about on Sunday when I was like, do you want to run the slate? And you're like, we don't ever do that.
Well, it's good to preview so we can talk about the potential impact of each game. Which is, if you're playing a ranked team, there's playoff implications on the line. Is basically the
I agree, Brad. All right, let's jump into the smoke so we can get to Wisconsin, so we can get to the slate, because you're right. At this point, like, it's kind of getting to the point where you're looking around the country. Huh? What's going on this week? Not a lot. There has not been a ton. Obviously the fellas are getting recognition left and right. Riley Nowakowski, Burlsworth Award watch list. That was before last week's Penn State game. So before obviously the last drive.
Former walk on.
I discovered Opening Drive by Fox. I don't know if do you know Opening Drive, Brad? I feel like I'm doing free promo for them, and it does kind of feel weird when I'm like, buy Fox, and I'm just kind of like pushing Fox, and I'm like, that's not like the goal here, but it's like, it was live on their Twitter account, live on their YouTube page, and it literally was like pregame, but it wasn't like their pregame show. It was like the field, and it was just showing like warm-ups. So it had like Indiana's like offense and defense warming up, and like the special teams doing stuff, and like Mendoza throwing. Then it cut over to like Penn State and doing their thing, and then had the teams go into the tunnels, and it was just that like camera through the Penn State, like halfway through Penn State's first offensive drive, so like through Indiana's first drive, and like it was. I was like, oh, am I going to get to watch the game like this the entire time? And no, that wasn't the case. They shut it off. So I had to, but it was. I thought it was very cool. So I'll be every time Indiana is on Big Noon, and obviously if you're going to be the most watched noon football game of the season, you're probably going to be invited back. Although I don't think we'll see what the Big Ten championship game will probably be at noon on Fox. If I had to guess.
Yeah, they will, and CBS will be there too because it's on CBS.
Wait, the game's on CBS?
Yeah, it was last year. They might be rotating it.
Somebody please. Actually, oh no.
Yeah, because they don't do the SEC game on a CBS.
Don't you dare get my hopes up. I know Fox is they get the first choice though when it comes to Big Ten games, don't they? Or they rotate them or whatever. I don't know. I'll have to
get CBS. We're giving them the championship game. Come on now. Come on, Channel 2.
Oh, that'd be nice. Guess who leads Indiana in sacks?
I know this answer. It's Roe Hardy. I pay attention.
Do you want a little bit of a runway to talk about how you were the first one to call, well, not maybe the second one, because obviously Brian Haynes the first one, but first outsider to call Roe Hardy the best football player of all time?
I mean, I'm still waiting on that 99 rating on NCAA. Instincts are like at 150.
Boys are starting to get recognized in NCAA too. Like Pons has an elite card that I'm grinding for, though the price keeps going up. He's like 400, 500K. Got the 92 Fisher. I got the 91 Carter Smith. Like, the dog's having a dream next to me. It's running from something. But yeah, I got the fellas. I got all the fellas. Pons is next.
Keep grinding, man.
Yeah. But yeah, Roe Hardy leads Indiana in sacks. He's been phenomenal. He had an awesome game on Saturday, and it kind of went unheralded, under talked about, unnoticed a little bit. But I mean, again, like for for a defender, sometimes it's bad when you don't say somebody's name. Sometimes it's good. Like for D'Angelo Pons, like when you don't say that guy's name, it's because people don't dare to throw the football at him. Like for Ro Hardy, it's like you never hear like that guy missed his gap or didn't do his job, or it's just like the dude is just a really, really good football player. Like it's just really fun to watch 21 do his thing.
Got him back next year.
Speaking of that game, Brad, like I said, most watched noon football game this season. It peaked at over 11 million viewers right around the Omar Cooper catch. So people were tuned in for the final drive.
That's sick. Millions watching. Game on the line. Ro Hardy makes a play.
Most watched noon football game this year. Guess who played at noon on Fox? Ohio State and Texas. Among other noon football games this season. Like just before anybody wants to say, like, regardless of the reasons why people were watching, whatever, other football games were played at noon this season, and that was the most watched one. So
it's annoying because I'm gonna have to start getting up for noon kickoffs now.
Yeah, no, because Fox is. I mean, I can promise you, they're looking at that, going like, it's literally, you know what it is.
Bar that early, guys. It just is. I don't have it anymore.
Do you know the meme where it's like where Woody is falling to the ground? It's like, I'm done playing with you. It's like I have Buzz Lightyear now. Yeah, that's what Fox is like to Ohio State for Indiana. It's like, oh, what is this shiny new toy we have here? Just like Indiana football, like bringing eyeballs. Like, holy shit, what can we do with this?
Every week, it's either going to be the Ohio State game or the Indiana game. Moving forward is what it seems like Big Noon's going to turn into,
which is a compliment. But
unless there's another ranked matchup going on that doesn't involve the two.
I know you don't spend as much time on the Twitter sphere as I do, but did you see Trisha Whitaker put that dude in a locker?
Yeah, I did.
That was unbelievably funny. She told that it was like one of the classic, like, Indiana fans talk too much, like, replies, and she told the dude that Apple headphones are good for noise canceling.
That's hilarious.
It was epic. Shout out to Trisha Whitaker. I just wrote down Ohio State fans ... LOL. I gotta be honest, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with the Ohio State fans. It's been a while since we've had any back and forth banter with a fan base that thought they could beat us. Like, Oregon was the last time we've had what felt like even the Penn State fans, like, that ended up obviously being a really good competitive football game. But even like I was texting some of our friends that were in Happy Valley, and they're like, it's weird how nice people are being to us, like too nice.
Yeah.
So it is nice to have that, like, back and forth, and just some of the responses from these guys is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I do like it. It is kind of funny that the Penn State fans have kind of sectioned off and become like Ohio State supporters, and so by default, the Michigan fans have started to back Indiana.
Would you like to form an alliance?
It's like Indiana doesn't play Michigan this year. Probably aren't going to cross paths. It's like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the banter, and it's like, this is obviously Wisconsin week. Then when Indiana goes on the bye, next week is bye week extravaganza. So
exciting.
We'll have some stuff in the tank.
Finally, I need a bye week. My day.
Then Purdue week, which will be a Black Friday game, Thanksgiving. We'll have to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Army Navy week. Then it's conference championship week.
Really?
Yeah.
How sure are you of this? I thought,
isn't it? Is Army Navy after conference championship week? Pretty sure not.
Pretty sure it is.
The conference championship is December 6th.
And Army Navy is played on December 13th.
So I had it backwards. All right. So then Did it used to be the other way
because they announced
around?
the Heisman that day. No, it used to be they played on like the same day, basically. No, actually, no. It's always been the week after.
I think then I don't know what I was thinking about. I just like inventing bye weeks for Indiana at this point. That would make a lot more sense, actually. But then they don't. They do the college football playoff announcement, and then they won't play the first round until December 20th or 19th.
Yeah. Exactly. I like the format. I think it works. It's good.
I also like the
format. Army Navy, and then the next weekend's playoffs.
Yeah, I hope they don't move the Army Navy game. I really hope they do.
No, that's what's going to permanently be for a long time.
No, they're talking about moving the college football playoff up so they can add another round. And then moving Army Navy to either conference championship weekend or before the season or.
Dude, it's fine. Why are they changing it? Why? It's ridiculous. They're ruining it. They're making it worse than. It's not better. Expanding the field does not make it better. It makes it less significant in the regular season. It's bad.
I can tell you what does make it better. Being the Cheez-It play of the week, which is what that Omar Cooper Jr. touchdown was. We were I think that, to my knowledge, Brad, and I could be dead wrong about this, and we could be stat corrected, but that's got to be the first Cheez-It play of the week for Indiana, maybe ever. Maybe since Penix.
Yeah, I woke
if they were doing it.
Coach.
Cheese.
Yeah, no, it's sick as it should be. It's probably play of the year, for being honest.
Yeah, with 11 million people watching, that's what you do. Crazy. 11 million people in the stadium. That's what happened.
His right foot just floated. How did he do that? I still
watching the play again still makes no sense. And from like the end zone view, like behind the end zone view, is just, oh my god.
I still get goosebumps every time. Like, that is the biggest moment in IU football history to date. That's why I'm like, there's no.
I think you're because I disagreed with you the other day, and I think that you've convinced me. I think you put down a compelling argument, Goom.
Yeah, I think I did too. But yeah, I'm still pissed about the fucking expanding the field. 12's perfect. I don't want to see the 16th best team.
You know who else is perfect, Brad? Aiden Fisher, who's
someone's got to play in the Citrus Bowl, and I'm gonna watch it. Who's it gonna be?
That's what I'm saying. Bowl games are now becoming meaningless. None of these kids are playing in them anyway, which is kind of ridiculous. But you can't, you can't have I was gonna say an NFL. You can't have a college football playoff tournament like the basketball tournament where it has 60 fucking teams in it, and you're playing for you just can't do that with football. Like, that's not how the sport just doesn't work like that. There's a certain point, it's too much.
I used to love the bowl games. I used to make my own bowl projections every week when I was a kid. It was the best. It was so fun. But now it just feels like that was a whole waste of time because we're just doing the playoff now. So that's fun. Yeah, really, really hard to hear that is the reality of our sport. It's difficult to handle, just the idea of bowl games going away. Because there was a time when there was only 4 bowl games. And it was the dream. Or there's a time where there was only 1 bowl game, and it was the Rose Bowl, and then the Orange Bowl came, and then the Sugar Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl came, and then it just blew up into every 6-win team would get into a bowl game, which I thought was fun for a good bit. I think we all had fun dealing with that, and it was a good time. And then we had the 4-team playoff and expanded to 12, and then people started opting out once the playoffs started happening. Yeah, just not it traditional wise. But, the playoff, I still think the playoff is good. It is away from tradition, but, new traditions are supposed to be formed. And I think a 12-team playoff, it has its own magic to it. It's just tough because, a lot of these bowl games are just opportunities for kids to really just play their last college game. And we kind of lost that. They're just kids at the end of the day. And I think we're forgetting that sometimes.
I agree, Brad. And where is our beautiful game going? I'm not sure.
Like, what are we going to do about the 3-year senior starter linebacker for Eastern Michigan. Like, what's he get? Nothing. Gets a little Caesar's Bowl. Fuck, man. They get, how about MAC champion and Sun Belt champion playing the Citrus Bowl? How about that? That'll be a hell of it. That's what I want, actually. Now, Mom. Yeah, if you're a Power 4 team, you don't make the college football playoff, you just don't get to play in one. How about that? Boom. Problem solved. Bang.
Solved it. Aiden Fisher, Bednarik semifinalist.
Yeah. Is the Buckus semifinalist out yet? Or
I want to say he had that too, but I couldn't find the tweet, so I didn't write it down.
I don't think it came out yet.
Let me see, actually, because I retweeted.
No, I got it. Keep going.
I thought there was a double dose of fish today, but I don't think so.
No.
Fernando Mendoza, if we want to spend a second on Fernando, leads the Heisman odds again, is a Maxwell semifinalist, and was won the got it. Is that what you said? Did he? I don't. What you know what Gus Johnson's doing every week, where he's like, this guy's got it, and then he like turn, and then it's like camera cut, and then it's like I don't know. Gus is the man, and his like whatever they got going on with the production with him is phenomenal. And that he like turns and like looks like to the camera over there, and it's got like Heisman Doza in the background behind him. Like it was great stuff. But yeah, it's a big week for Fernando. Was supposed to be on McAfee too, I think, but never ended up making that appearance. But yeah, it's just Heisman Doza, Brad.
Yeah, he's busy studying film and missed his spot. Just fine. I'll live with it.
Happens. I wrote down Lane Kiffin, but kind of feels a little bit irrelevant to talk about. He just he's bitching about the scheduling and all that stuff, and it's like
he called us out. You tweeted Indiana.
Yeah, it's like who? Like, cool. Hopefully, I hope we see them on the field, but it's like nobody. Like the SEC got into this like dick measuring competition where they're like, no, we need to put the hardest schedules out there, so we're going to 9+. It's like nobody made them go to 9+1. They went to 9+1, and now they're all complaining about how hard they made their own schedules. It was like their conference wasn't even being disrespected when they played 8 conference games. Like that's the craziest part is like they looked at like what happened last year as like conference disrespect. And so they're like, look at what we'll do to all of our schedules. That'll show everybody else. It's like, who's it really showing? Because the only people upset are you and nobody else cares.
I hope Big Ten goes 9-1. That's all I hope,
there's no way the Big Ten's going 9-1. The Big Ten will not. I guarantee you the Big Ten does not go 9-1. You know why?
Why?
There's no reason. It's for the exact. There's no reason to go 9-1, and that's why. And it's funny. Like, obviously I took my opportunity to dunk on Kiffin as well, but like, what? Like, his point is perfect. Like, you're Texas A&M, right? You schedule Notre Dame in your non-con. You schedule whoever their other who's their other non-con. I honestly have no idea. But so like you schedule tough, right? And you win your games. But Indiana, who did not schedule tough, also won all of their games, and they're ranked higher than you. And listen, I'm not putting my personal opinion is that is correct, right? And Indiana is, if not the number 1 football team in the country, they're 1A, right? I don't think they're 2, but that's not like if you're looking at strictly at names on a schedule, you're going, well, Indiana's schedule is significantly easier than Texas A&M's, and they're both undefeated. So how is A&M ranked below them? Like, I kind of get the argument, but it proves that why would you need to go +1? Look at Indiana. They're not being disrespected right now from the College Football Playoff Committee because they played 3 weak non-conference games. They're being respected based on the way they played on the football field, regardless of the opponent, which is what the College Football Playoff Committee has shown they're going to do. So actually, I think I don't think the Big Ten goes to +1. Actually, I think it's way more likely the SEC pulls it.
That's an interesting take.
Which would be hilarious because it's like it's the ego play, right? It's like, what's worse, the hit to the ego of like, no, we were wrong, the Big Ten was right, or like actually watching what it does to your like middle of the pack teams that like you take so much pride in being good. Like what do all those teams look like that get propped up by that extra game where they can just win easily versus playing each other? Everyone's going to have an extra loss. It's just the conference is going to look worse. I don't know. It's an interesting argument. I'll be curious to see how it plays out next year for sure.
Currently, Indiana is projected to match up with Ole Miss on a neutral field in the quarterfinals. I think we can wrap it with that.
I agree. I thought it was interesting because we speculated on Sunday that Ajani playing over Mikowski was performance related. Signetti said that Mikowski got banged up early in the week and just didn't have the practice reps to be able to start. Interested to see who comes out and plays at home this week. My guess would be because it's senior day, they end up leaning Mikowski. But I think that's something to keep an eye on, especially because Evans, according to Sig, is going to be out a couple more weeks.
Pretty sure I said that Mikowski was hurt on Sunday.
Still played.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I think Mikowski's going to start. I think he's going to be ready.
All right. That's what I got, Brad. That's what I got for the smoke.
Love it. This is my turn now?
Yeah, I'm passing the baton. Here's the baton.
Thanks,
With
dude.
Actually, the people will love this. The Indiana basketball fans will love this. This is not an Archie Miller pen, I promise. University of Rhode Island.
That's hilarious. That's a good pen.
I can't get away from this fucking.
Is it good? Is it blue or black?
No, it's black actually. It's a great pen, but I can't get away from Archie. Like he finally got him out of Indiana, and he goes and coaches my brother's alma mater. It's Dan Hurley to Archie Miller. Fucking brutal.
Classic. Sweet. All right. Conference preview. My first ever preview of Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Badgers of where in Wisconsin are they?
They are in Madison, Brad. Actually, fun fact, they are one of 6 schools I applied to and one of like 4 or 5 schools that I toured. And I toured Wisconsin the same weekend I toured Indiana.
I actually really wanted to go to Wisconsin myself, but ultimately chose Indiana over Wisconsin.
I got into both.
I did get into both as well, and I chose Indiana because I got into Kelly, and they gave me a good amount of money, so I took it.
I also got into Miami too, Brad. Fun fact.
You? Yeah, I didn't apply. It's a good school. I didn't apply though.
Go Hoosiers.
I was really West Coast and Midwest, which was kind of first ever school I got into. Minnesota. Interesting.
Ooh, I do like Wisconsin. Cool campus though. Like half city, half town. They have like that big lake that freezes, like hockey place, whatever. Like cares, like has a lot of the same things that I like. Cares like school spirit and all that stuff. Like, they're a quality Big Ten institution. Like, you need schools like Wisconsin in your conference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Wisconsin's one of the heartbeats of this conference, in my opinion. Basketball, football, they've always been top.
Can we sidebar really quick? And can I ask you your opinion on something you definitely haven't seen yet? But there are tiny little internet rumblings that Michigan and USC in particular are upset about the private capital being invested in the Big Ten or whatever that deal is, and that they are looking for leverage and may threaten to leave the conference.
I've seen that.
USC. What? How about this? Did you see USC potentially working back channels to get into the ACC?
Did not see that. That is just scary stuff. And fuck, man.
And Michigan goes independent.
Nuts.
Or they both go to the SEC. Like, I think all of that. Ultimately, I think all of that is crazy, and none of that'll happen. But
yeah, I don't think it'll happen either. I don't think they're going to leave that media deal. But yeah, the private capital thing is interesting. But yeah, famous alumni from Wisconsin. Who do you know?
Shit.
Fumagalli for society.
Your guy.
Yeah, Troy Fumagalli. I play little hoops with him. That's good.
I can only go athletes with Wisconsin. I don't think I could do anything like pop culture related or like
we could do athletes. I have a few non-athletes if you want to go through it.
Obviously, you go like Kaminsky and like that team, like Sam Decker,
Nigel Hayes.
I mean, we haven't won that. Just Indiana basketball hasn't won there since we were born.
Yeah.
Joan
Cusack, the actress. Frank Lloyd Wright, the famous architect. You like that?
I do like that.
Gaylord Nelson, the former U.S. Senator, inventor of Earth Day. That's how you know him. That's how you put him before. Dick Cheney went there and transferred. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's what you say. You say that. And you say that, and you move on because we're an Indiana football show.
I'm not talking about Dick Cheney. I will. But yeah. Then we got your Monte Balls, your Jonathan Taylors, your James Whites, your what other good basketball players that they had? Brad Davison,
Chucky Hepburn,
Jared Abbrederis. I like Jared.
What's his face? The dude who ended up transferring again, the Indiana kid. Start with an E.
Russell Wilson. Transfer at NC State or
Quintez Cephas.
Signetti recruit by Russell Wilson. People forget.
The Watts, Brad.
Oh yeah, the Watts. Yeah. I can't forget about the Watts.
JJ was a walk-on.
Michael Finley, NBA champion with the Spurs.
We're missing so many offensive linemen too. Like, who is the center for the?
There's Haddon's for a while. He was the right tackle on that Rams team.
Joe Tippmann, the center for the Jets right now, is Wisconsin.
Joe Thomas,
Jonathan Taylor.
I already said Jonathan Taylor.
Oh.
That should be. Travis Frederick. Hell of a player. Trying to think of more. Lineman specifically.
Braylon
Allen, yeah. Jalen Berger. I beat you with Joe Thomas, Matt Till. Gotcha. It's funny because I know the chat's like 2 minutes delayed. So it's like an unfair advantage.
Scott Tolzien.
Yeah, Scott Tolzien. What other quarterbacks have come through there? Just a bunch of known. Joel Stavey was always one of my favorites.
What about Graham Mertz?
I thought he was gonna be the shit coming out.
Oh my god, I was so
like, this is the best quarterback I've ever seen from Kansas.
We got to get at least one middle linebacker, Brad.
Dude, they actually don't have NFL middle linebackers.
There's got to be one. We said Kaminsky too, Matt Till.
We got Nigel Hayes.
He said Nigel already.
I'm trying to think of any defensive player that played for them. New York Jet, Jim Leonard. Oh,
wow.
Boom, I win. That has to be that's the poll. That's the poll of the century.
That is a good poll.
Hot dog. All right. What do I do next on these previews? History lesson. That's what I do. This team didn't win a Rose Bowl until – that's how I talk now, you know. This team didn't win a Rose Bowl until 1993. Barry Alvarez, who went in his fourth year, went 1-10 in his first year, 5-6 in his next 2 years, finally breaks through in year 4, wins the conference, wins the Rose Bowl for the first time in school history, and really sets the tone for what Wisconsin is or was as a football program, because they've really taken a nosedive recently.
Can I retroactively said Bob Bostad? Shout out to Wisconsin. Thank you for Bob Bostad.
Thank you for Riley Nowakowski.
And Riley Nowakowski.
Yeah, Barry goes on to win the conference in 98 and 99, also winning the Rose Bowl in that time. And until eventually passing the reins in 2005 to Brett Bielema, who starts over in 2006 and really just keeps it going, right? Like 7 bowl appearances in 7 years. ends his career with 3 straight Rose Bowl losses. Did he get fired? Like, what was his deal?
No, he left for Missouri, no? Or
he left for
went.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Interesting. Yeah, then they hired Gary Anderson out of Utah State. I remember that hiring happened. Don't even need to look that up. He did all right, too, and then he eventually left for the Oregon State job. Weird. Maybe he was pushed out of there. He just, you know, when teams have success like they did with Barry, you know, it's always the common trend where they try to get back to it, even though everything was fine with Gary Anderson. I think he went like 20-3 in his time there.
They named the field after him.
Yeah, 20-7. Gary Anderson.
Named the field after Barry.
Yeah, legend. He stayed on. He's pretty sure he's the AD there currently. At least he was when Brett Bielema and Paul Chryst were there.
Dude, I remember throwback to the morning or the day before Indiana hired Cignetti. Chryst was like number 2 or 3 on like odds to be Indiana's next head coach.
I remember that. Yeah, Paul Chryst.
I was just like, yeah, we'll be 6-6 every year. Like, that'll be fine. We'll make a bowl game. Like,
Paul Chryst had 4 10-win seasons and 8 seasons at Wisconsin. And he eventually got the boot for Luke Fickell, who's now gone 7-6, 5-7, and is now 3-6 with this year's Wisconsin Badgers. They went through a gauntlet. We're talking Alabama, Maryland.
It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny when you read off their schedule and you say like, and then you get to Alabama too, and then like somebody who like not in the know would be like, yeah, of course, like you just throw on Alabama on their schedule because like that's a college football team that most people would know. It's like, no, they actually played Bama. Like they played them too. Like, on top of their Big Ten schedule.
Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon. And then they got a huge win over Washington over the weekend.
Yeah, which was probably the most shocking result from the weekend. Yeah.
Probably.
Definitely did not see that one coming. Still don't know how that one happened. I do like the fact that they won right before coming to play Indiana, but it does kind of like definitely puts you on your toes. Has to put you on your toes.
Well, I don't want you to worry too much because their kicker led their team in passing yards in the Washington game.
Well, and
they won.
It's a little bleak when you start diving into what this Wisconsin team does well because they do not have a qualified passer on the Big Ten statistic. Like they just don't. There's no Wisconsin on the list.
They can't score. Is their issue?
They don't run the football effectively. They don't pass the football effectively. They do defend the run really well. That is the calling card of their team. Other than that, it's going to be a tough Saturday.
Yeah, they scored 0 points against Iowa and 0 points against Ohio State. I see a very similar path for them against a team like Indiana. Yeah, it's going to be really bad for them just for the fact that they can't score. The only way they stay in it is if they don't let us to score, which I seem very skeptical in their ability to do that. Just obviously they're really good at stopping the run, but they cannot defend the pass. And I think Mendoza's going to have a field day.
Yeah, I think we can throw the football a little bit. Can we not?
I think we're going to be able to run the ball on them too, because
I do as well
for us.
I got some keys to success, Brad.
Believe it or not. Keys to success as well.
Do you have one? Because I only had 4 this week, so getting to 5 would be nice.
Yeah, I got a 5th one for you.
Do you want to start or do you want to end or where do you want to go in the middle?
I think mine's good to wrap up.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I love it. Perfect. It's good for my I don't know if I don't think I have OCD, but we'll call it that.
Flow of it.
Key number 1. Avoid the hangover. Obviously.
Oh, my bad. Before we do keys of the game, historical matchup. I almost forgot. Indiana.
Oh, and the spread and the over under and the location and the time and we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Where is this game being played, Brad? When is this game being played?
This game's being played sometime in the near future on CBS. I don't know.
Nope. It's at noon on Big Ten Network.
Oh, hell yeah. That's how bad Wisconsin is, that we're on Big Ten Network. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. We haven't been on Big Ten Network since. Do you know when the last time we were on Big Ten Network?
Indiana State.
Correct.
Yeah. The spread is 29.5. The total I do not have at the top of my head.
All right, I'll
historically, Indiana is 20-41. It's actually a good amount of wins against a singular Big Ten opponent for us. Well, Indiana has also won the last, dating back 10 years. Wisconsin has not beaten.
Times we shouldn't have beat them. The last Tom Allen year, we beat them.
Yeah.
On the road.
We won the last 2. Dating back the last 10 years, Wisconsin is 1-2 versus Indiana.
Yeah, that's nuts. Over-under is 30. What?
It's at 44.
Yeah.
No, Matt's making a joke because the spread's 30. That the over-under is also 30. This team is not scoring. Like, it's just not happening. If they score, like, I might even make like a little side bet on
No, Matt's right. The over-under is 30.
There's just no way Wisconsin scores in this game. There's just no way. Let alone outscore us.
Just went right over my head. That can't be a real number.
Yeah, I was all over that.
44? Yeah, 43.5. Yeah.
They're playing in Memorial Stadium this Saturday in Bloomington, Indiana. It's senior day. So I just want to give a quick shout out to, because obviously the league is aren't over. Last year we actually gave like little spiels on all these guys going into it, but just some quick senior day shout outs.
Yeah, well, before you do that, we had a little bit of a lengthy conversation about it before this show, and we decided we're gonna do it on Sunday after, or we're just gonna see what the vibes are.
We're gonna do it after the season.
After the season, that's what we'd say. Yeah, because we still got a lot of ball left, fellas. So hopefully,
tons of ball left. The season just got past halfway through.
Yeah,
we're 2 games past the halfway point. We got 6 ball games left, including.
I digress.
Yeah. So, Fernando Mendoza likely going to partake in senior day. Roman Hemby, true senior. Elijah Surratt. Omar Cooper, redshirt junior, likely to partake in senior day. EJ Williams, Holden Stays, Riley Nowakowski. Carter Smith, redshirt junior, likely to participate in senior day. Pat Coogan, Zen Mikowski, Khalil Benson. That's just the offense. Defense, Kellen Wyatt, Hosea Wheeler, Mikhail Kamara, Stephen Daly, Dominique Radcliffe, Aiden Fisher, Devon Boykin, Sweet Lou Moore, Bryson Bonds, and then McCarthy,
Bonds, medical waiver.
Frankie, and Mark Langston are also participating in senior day. It's a lot of seniors.
I think there are 28 scholarship seniors on this team.
Yeah, that bodes well for winning games against younger teams like Oregon.
100%. I think that's a massive reason why you win those football games is because you have people who have played a lot of football.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. All right, keys to the game.
Keys to the game. Avoid the hangover, Brad. Obviously, they come off a massive, massive victory in Happy Valley. First time, all the pomp and circumstance. We talked about how many people were actually watching the football game. A lot of positive press, a lot of rat poison coming out of this one. All of the ingredients for a letdown. The most perfect mix for upset would be if this game was on the road, but thankfully it's at home. It's the last home game of the season. If the rest of the season goes as planned for Indiana, it'll be the last home game of 2025. So those fans are going to be jumping, raring to go. You don't get many opportunities to go see this team play in person. So Bloomington's going to be jumping for that game. So yeah, avoid the hangover, because if you waltz into this one thinking you're just going to kill them by showing up, you may end up like Washington, and that would be a disaster.
Yeah, well, I'll also say Wisconsin's got a little bit of a hangover too. Beating Washington.
Key number 2, like you said, Brad, Wisconsin is not great at defending the pass, so that would be to establish Heisman Mendoza. Obviously, he's the leader right now. But his detractors would say statistically he hasn't had his best games over the last couple of weeks. perfect opportunity to unleash hell on college football, throw the ball all over the yard, get Coop involved, get EJ Williams involved, like get Brady involved, like throw some deep shots, get Becker more involved. You know what I mean? Like let's just open the playbook. Let's have a good day. Like let's just. Fernando Mendoza leads college football with 26 passing touchdowns. Like let's add a little bit of cushion onto that.
Mm-hmm.
Key number 3, unleash Mikal Kamara. This one's a personal one. I just want to see the kid go nuts. I want to see him get a sack or two. Like I just want to. I just like I want good things statistically for him because I know how much good he's doing for this football team, and just for him to be able to get that outward recognition. And I know he, like, for the people paying attention and like the people watching this Indiana football team, he's still getting the love he deserves, right? But just for like that outward recognition from everybody else watching, it'd be nice for him to have a moment.
It's more so from like an NFL perspective for him, because he came back,
sure.
He didn't have to, and now you see one stack in through 10 games, and I just don't want that to.
His pressure numbers are still really, really good though.
You hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
Don't worry about it.
That was your stomach or something, or a cat, or I don't know.
It was Stewart barking. Crazy guy.
What a guy. And key number 4, Brad, in all caps. You know what it is?
Say that again.
Key number 4 in all caps. You know what it is?
No idea.
Health.
Dude, that was mine. That was my 4th. That was the 5th.
All right, cool. I'll put it. You can have. I'll put it a second time because, for the love of God.
Yeah, we'll double down on it. Honestly, like no more injuries. Like honestly, I don't even want to see Fisher. I don't even want to see Surratt. Like get him healthy.
Don't play it.
Like straight up. Like I don't want to see you there.
Just be healthy. Bubble wrap. Playing bubble wrap. Like playing one of those like balls. You know, when you put like the giant like see-through ball and then you like can like run and then like do like the forward rolls and shit. Like that's what I want Fisher in and Surratt in and whoever else is banged up. Like massages for the boys and like let's just keep them off their feet and all that good stuff. Like we see what this team is capable of. Make it to just get like just arrive in one piece, please. Because we know how much talent they have. You know what I mean? So it's like, God damn it, just stay healthy.
No, I agree. I do not want to see another injury develop. We just got to get Drew Evans back. Got to get Coop healthy. Williams has been banged up. Need Fisher at 100% going to Ohio State. Like that's a must.
But I mean, listen, it's November. You're playing in the Big Ten. You've had a bunch of really physical football games, and it's been a while since your bye week. Like guys are going to be banged up. That's the reality of football. And obviously, this staff and the strength staff is unbelievable at mitigating injuries and the work those guys do to be proactive about it. So obviously, we're in good hands. It's just like when you get to this point of the season and you're looking at your football team and you're like, holy shit, yeah, we're really good. Like it's just like, okay, cool. Let's just box this up and like deliver us to where we need to be. So you score prediction, Brad?
56-0.
I don't even know how I got to this number, but I had 55-0, and I don't even know if that's possible.
We got 55 against Maryland. Just 2 field goals and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. 56-0. Our heads were in the same place. I like that. Usually bodes well.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an Illinois type game. It's gonna be a really bad matchup for them.
It is a brutal matchup
for them. Fasted and we're coming off a Penn State game where we probably didn't play our best, so like the guys are just chomping at the bit.
But it's just the way you can. Like the way you can disrupt this Indiana team is if you can disrupt their communication and if you can make them second guess because if they understand the play and they're going to execute it, like this coaching staff's going to put them in a position to succeed more times than not. That's just what we've seen.
Yeah.
And so if you can't disrupt their communication with crowd noise, which is what those big environments have been able to do, there's not much you're really going to be able to do to knock this team off their rhythm besides just be better at executing at football than they are, and good luck doing that. We haven't seen anybody be able to do that yet.
No. Ohio State could be a good challenge for this team, but
100%. And I think that game being at a neutral site, and Indy is a place where Ohio State fans like traditionally travel to, well, but 3.5 hours from Columbus or 3 hours from Columbus is a lot different than 40 minutes from Bloomington. And
also most of
the Indiana people are a lot closer to Indy than Bloomington.
Oh yeah, they're
That's going to be an Indiana home game.
Most of them, I'd say.
That's going to be an Indiana home game, if anything. So,
100%. Got to take care of business against Wisconsin. Not looking ahead of anyone, but it's really hard to not see a shutout stomping in this one. Really hard to not see it. They score out of a shot.
I could not agree more. Want to jump into the slate? Talk slate,
what's up. I think that's what's up.
Slate. Talk a little slate. Can I confess something, Brad?
Yeah.
When I watch the games from the couch, I enjoy being the noon game.
Oh, for sure. It's just hard to wake up for it in terms of like getting after it.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna like wake up and tailgate and all that stuff and like have a long day, like it's obviously the hardest of the 3 slots. But like if I'm gonna just like I don't want to be sitting at home like pacing around like waiting for Indiana to smash Wisconsin, you know what I mean? Like I want to wake up, watch Indiana smash Wisconsin, like get my reaction video out on the channel, and then like go enjoy the rest of my Saturday. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. No, I hear you. Clemson at Louisville.
Again, it's like Clemson is like that Penn State school where they have enough talent to beat anybody on any given week. So would I be shocked if Clemson won that game? No, I wouldn't be shocked. Would I be a little surprised if Louisville had 2 letdowns in a row? Yeah, I would. I think this will be a good football game. I think we could see a very similar picture to what we saw this past weekend with Indiana in this one.
Oh, for sure. South Carolina, we can speed run these keys.
Yeah.
So we're taking Louisville in this, I think. South Carolina, Texas A&M. A&M's got to win this to keep their
Carolina at A&M, and Sellers is thinking about his next football team. Yeah, I'll take A&M.
Yeah. Notre Dame at Pitt.
You like Pitt in this one a lot. It's a sneaky spot, and the Notre Dame haters will like Pitt, and I just can't bring myself to do it. Although I will say there was a young, scrappy quarterback who led his upstart Pitt team to a win against a top 10 power in the last decade. So it's not impossible.
Kenny Pickett?
Yeah.
There we go.
Shout out to Ocean Township.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yeah, I like Pitt. Good young freshman quarterback. South Florida at Navy. Could be trappy for South Florida here.
It could be very trappy. Navy coming off the Notre Dame game. South Florida coming off being ranked in the college football playoff ranking officially. Still, South Florida is. Yeah, I like South Florida.
Yeah, dude, we just cannot make it through this whole top 25 slate. Oklahoma
at Alabama. We'll go a lot faster. With one-word answers.
Oklahoma at Alabama.
Bama.
Alabama, yeah, for sure. I'm skipping some. I'm not doing every top 25 game.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling. See, look. So you agree with me that some of the teams in the back half of these rankings don't have a shot.
They have a shot, but it's like Georgia Tech
not enough
college. Like NC State going to Miami though, that's a little scary. But to see Miami lose multiple times in a row, I don't know.
Nope.
UCF goes to Texas Tech, Virginia, Duke.
Haven game.
Yeah.
Is he still starting?
I don't think so. Utah at Baylor. Baylor was the preseason favorite for the Big 12.
Give me the Utes. I had a Utah sweatshirt growing up, Brad. You know that?
That's disgusting. I hate Utah. I hate them. I really do.
I was just a preemptive Jack Tuttle guy, Brad. Leave me alone.
Yeah. All right, Texas at Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, of course. And then sneaky game, TCU goes to BYU. Sneaky. Something to pay attention to.
Yeah, I still like BYU, but that is sneaky.
Yeah, that's why I called it out. Big Ten time. Minnesota at Oregon. Oregon's a 25.5-point favorite on Friday.
Yeah. Oh my God. On a Friday night too. Oregon's probably so pissed they're playing on a Friday night. Like they're still on their like. Yeah, give me the Ducks.
Oregon's a wagon. That's why they won that Iowa game. They probably shouldn't have.
Oh,
Michigan.
Dude, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Sidebar. Wheatgen, the guy we've been clamoring to get the ball to, more fumbled in the red zone.
I did see that. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Bad. Michigan at Northwestern.
Next.
All right. Yep. Could be tricky for them.
Traffic for sure.
In Wrigley, by the way.
Preston Stone.
It's in Wrigley. It's right up there. Right over there. Iowa at USC. CB. That's the Big Ten game.
I wish this game was at Iowa. I still think Iowa can go on the road and win this game. I think the most. I don't want to throw these words around. I'm not a fan of the way this USC team executes.
You're on Iowa?
I am on Iowa, I think.
I
think USC. I picked against them every time. I took Michigan when they went out there. Like I'm taking Iowa too. Like I'm label me a hater. It is what it is. I don't know.
USC seems to play a lot better at home. I'm taking the Trojans.
I would agree with you.
Penn State at Michigan State.
Is Aiden Childs starting?
Yeah, I think so. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I don't know if he started the last game. They benched him 2 weeks ago. I like Penn State. They're playing better. If they don't, like, if you come out of this game and you don't play with more confidence, then what do you like? What was the point?
Yeah, Penn State's going to win. Yeah. Maryland at Illinois.
Illinois is going to win this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Purdue at Washington. 16.5.
Next.
UCLA at Ohio State.
Oh God. Next. That would be. Hold on. Sorry. Wait. Hold on. It's like listening to music. Can we go back real quick? That would be the funniest outcome of the weekend if Neuheisel and Tim Skipper and the boys waltzed into the horseshoe and beat Ohio State. It's not happening. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, they lost to Nebraska last week. It wasn't a great showing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the slate. All the teams are playing this weekend, which is really exciting. So just a lot to be, still decided in football, which is great.
John answered my Taven Jackson question with, he starts at upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Starts at Kilroy's patio. That's where he starts.
And he also said Cignetti is now number 9 all time on the wins list for Indiana and 5 all time in conference wins. That is actually insane. Do you have a closing thought for the people, Brad?
Closing thought. I'm glad we have a bye week next week. I think the team needs it. I need it.
Bye week extravaganza.
Yeah, I can't wait for bye week extravaganza. But yeah, the team shouldn't allow a single point to Wisconsin. They've been awful all year. They've been shut out twice already against teams that we are comparable to on the defensive side of the ball. So they should be able to take care of business and hopefully get Mendoza's Heisman campaign clicking even more than it already is with some stat padding. So that's what I'm looking forward to on Saturday. And go Hoosiers.
Yeah, I'm excited for senior day. I'm excited to shout out these guys and to, to watch the 2025 Indiana Hoosiers play football at home, because this is likely the last time we're going to be able to get to do that, to watch Memorial Stadium rock the way that it's rocked the last 2 years, but really specifically this year. It's been special. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to watch these guys take the field again at home.
That's crazy. Second week of November, already done.
Yeah.
With Bloomington.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. If you were watching on Twitter, hop on over to YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, maybe drop a comment in the chat, maybe drop a comment on the video, all that good stuff. We're growing the YouTube channel. Obviously, we're growing the Twitter page. You can check us out if you're watching on YouTube, on Twitter, at Indiana BOCFB. If you're watching, obviously, on the Sigs Inside Twitter account, or you can follow me at Alec Keyser, follow Brad at Bradley_Loomis8. Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Tentatively to recap the Wisconsin game. Oh, wait, we didn't even. Indiana basketball plays tomorrow. We were going to do a mini game preview, but I got to be honest, I didn't look into it at all.
They're playing Milwaukee. They're going to beat them by 20. They're going to cover. Yeah. They're going to shoot the lights
They're going to cook Milwaukee. It's going to be lots of threes, and we're going to watch them play.
I'm just going to be delusional about Indiana basketball until I can't.
No, we promised. That's not. We promised that. I want to make a statement about.
We're winning the Big Ten.
Here's my statement about Indiana basketball. My statement about Indiana basketball has not changed. Like, this has been awesome, super fun, all that good stuff. Like, I'm not gonna anoint them champions. I'm also not gonna crush them for anything that happens before 5 games into this conference season, and even after that. Like, all it's like, I'm very much enjoying watching Indiana play basketball right now, and I think that's like, it's fun. That's what I'll say about this team.
You can usually see the signs early, and the signs are good.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that statement. So yeah, listen to the shout out to the boys. Wave, Nick, Scroll, Signar, 1621 played us in. The Sweet Sound of Butter Symphony is going to play us out, and hopefully Hoosiers go belt to ass this weekend, and we'll see you guys on Sunday night.
They will go belt to ass.
Appreciate you for hanging out, and go Hoosiers. Oh, I guess we didn't have an outro video. Oh, here we go.